Swamiji and Honorable and citizens of Houston City. I'm greatly honored by this opportunity to address you. I'm of course a politician. I may have the name Swami, but I'm not a real Swami. And I've been given a topic which is religious in nature. Of course, I've always believed that religion should be in politics, but politics should not be in religion. And it's very difficult to keep the two apart. And the only thing we can make sure is that we don't bring politics into religion. But there has to be religion in politics if you don't have values in the conduct of political affairs. I would assume that, I would assume there would be no challenge if I said that both Mahabharata and Ramayana are really political scriptures. They describe political principles. In fact, the last sermon of, if I may call it, of Bhishmacharya to Arjuna is full of gold nuggets of wisdom on how to conduct political affairs. There are so many questions that Arjuna asks him, and he is giving very, very interesting reply. I remember one of them, Arjuna said, "When shall I make allies with enemies, and when I should not?" So Bhishma said that I'll tell you a story, that cat and mouse we know are enemies, deadly enemies. At least the cat will eat up the mice, at least this much the rat knows. And one day, a cat was harassing a rat a lot, so the rat had to stay in a hole. And the cat, to harass him, would sit on top of the tree or prowl around so that the rat would not be able to come out. One day, in night, just before morning, early morning, a hunter came and he put a net to catch some of these wild animals, like deer and so on. And he put this net down, which if any animal steps on it, it will immediately suspend that person in the air. There will be a rope system by which this would be done. So he left it and went. And when the sun came out, the rat heard the cat screeching. It came out to look, and he saw that the cat had by mistake stepped on the net, and the net was suspended from the branch. So then what happened is the rat began dancing around, that at last I got freedom, and it was stirred a little too far, and in came a snake, and the rat didn't have enough time to run back to the hole, so it was totally petrified. So the cat saw the plight of this rat, and he said, "Why don't you jump into this net and with your teeth bite off the rope, and then I will protect you from this snake. So I will shriek so much that the snake will run away." So the rat then jumped into the net and said, "Okay, drive the snake away." So the cat shrieked and shrieked and shrieked, so the snake in fear ran away. And then the cat said, "Now you open cut through the net." So the rat was doing it very slowly. So the cat got angry and said, "Come on, do it faster. You can easily do it faster. The farmer is going to come very soon, and we have to do it before that." But he kept biting very slowly till the farmer came to pick up his net. And when he was very close to the net, then the rat cut the net very fast. And the cat also jumped out and climbed onto the tree, and the rat also went back to the hole. The farmer came, picked up his net and went away. And then the rat came to peek its head out. And the cat asked him, "Why did you do this?" So he said, "Well, I know that you would like to eat me. So if I had cut the net very early, then you would have eaten me up. You have no morals on this question. But I felt that if I cut just before the farmer comes, you will be more worried about the farmer coming and catching you and giving you a good beating. And therefore you will be more interested in saving your life than taking my life. And that's why I waited." So therefore Bhishma said, have an alliance where you know when to get out of it. Then you can have an alliance with an enemy. And otherwise you should not ever have an alliance, because the first thing the enemy would do is to swallow you. So like this, there are so many such political advice given in our scriptures that I would say that it's very difficult to keep religion out of politics if you want to do politics, if you want to really conduct politics in a moral way. But you certainly should keep politics out of religion. So, however, I'll take great care to minimize the political content of my speech. And certainly at question time, you're there to control which questions will be allowed or not. I today want to speak about an important aspect of our daily life, and that's called the mindset. And mindset is actually how we respond, the outlook we have to respond to events that happen to us. There are many events which unfold in your life. Some of them give you pain, some of them give you pleasure, some of them give you happiness, some of them give you grief, some of them give you success, and sometimes failure. So you have to know how to respond, and that is called the mindset. And there, Gita, in various slokas which I'll take you through, explains very clearly what should be the mindset. And that's what I would like to begin with. First and foremost, I would like to read out sloka number 47, which is in chapter 2. And this is on page 38. And I've taken this from Ganapati Santana Swamy's Gita. You can take it from any other.
Mike has to be closed.
Huh?
I can't hear. Mike is not.
Yeah, okay. I'm taking it from Ganapati Santana Swamyji's Bhagavad Gita. And what Krishna says to Arjuna in sloka number 47 is this: your right is to work only and never to its fruit. Many would have been told this a number of times. Let not the fruits of action be your motive, nor should you be attached to inaction. That is, you have in life only freedom of action. You can never tell when the fruit of that action will come to you. There is, to use a mathematical term, there is no linear relationship between your effort and the getting of your fruit. In life you must have found that there are often when you work very hard for something you get nothing. And sometimes you work very little and you get a lot. And that's the principle, essentially what Lord Krishna says. You'd be surprised that Business Week about 2 years ago had an article saying that corporate executives in America are being taught Bhagavad Gita in its content to reduce stress. It turned out that stress arises because you have this ego attachment that your efforts must produce results. And you are constantly stressed whether you are putting enough effort or you are capable, and you therefore you make a heroic effort to succeed.